here we go.
Here we go.
Hey, what is up, everybody? It's Toddfox here from Out of Bounds with our other host of the show,
Carlos.
a.k.a.
Rick Davis. Bitch.
We were off on that one. But anyway, it is week 15 prediction show. We just did the highlights yesterday. If you missed it, check in with us over on the page here, and you'll see exactly what we got into yesterday. So we got into a lot of football stuff, broke every game down like we usually do. So if you're joining us here, our records so far are...
Our record so far are, Todd, your record sits right now at 125 wins, 82 losses, 2 ties. I'm sitting at a record of 119, 88, and 2.
All right, not bad. So we're going to go into this one. We're going to be talking a lot of football, breaking every game down, and giving you a quick synopsis on who we think is going to win, like we've been doing all season. There's some really good matchups this week, so follow along, everybody, as we get started here. And, if you notice right now, I'm wearing a Seahawks hat. I'm a huge Seahawks fan. He's wearing his Vikings gear. He's a huge Vikings fan. The first game is Prime Video, and it is the Seahawks hosting the 49ers. This is a 5:15 start. The Niners are one of the hottest teams in football right now, sitting there at 9-4, 3-3 on the road, though. 7-6 Seattle, 3-3 at home. Tickets are going as low as $100 for this game. Right now, the Niners are 3-point favorites, and it's going to be 40 degrees and just chilly, overcast. Deebo Samuel will not be in this game. Kevin Givens is out. Questionable are the safety Ryan Neal, Al Woods, the DB, and running back DJ Dallas. Who do you got and why in this game?
This one, I'm gonna go with Seattle in this one.
You're gonna go with Seattle in this one?
Yeah, I think Brock Purdy's gonna hit gravity a little bit. I like San Francisco long term, like for the season, but like finishing up, maybe winning the division. They should win the division, but for this game right here, I'm going to go with Seattle in this one. This will be the game where everybody's favoring the 49ers, and the Seattle Seahawks will have something to say about that.
Now, again, I've doubted Pete Carroll in the past. Being a Seahawks fan, I've been critical on some of the way that they like to play these close games. They never blow people out when they have the opportunity, and that kind of screws them over at times. They've lost games they should have won. But, after they lost to Carolina and they couldn't scrape together one win against the NFC South, which I believe really has screwed them over for the postseason opportunities with them sitting a half game out. If they win 2 of those, they're sitting pretty at 9-4. But right now, they're sitting at 7-6 because you took 4 of your 6 losses to one of the worst divisions of football. I think, until proven, like my biased pick is pick the Seahawks every day, all day. But if I'm gonna be a realist, I'm gonna pick the 49ers. The Seahawks have not shown me anything as far as stopping the run, especially against the NFC South. And now you put together one of the best offensive lines next to Philly. In there on prime time. And yes, I want to believe Purdy's going to hit the fan at some point. I just don't know if it'll be against us because we're going to take the pressure off of him by letting the Niners run the ball and control the clock. So I'm scared about this game. I don't want to be swept by the Niners, but with them losing last week, they could have been within a game of first place. To me, this game doesn't mean as much as it should have been, so give me the Niners.
All right, Monk, I see you're checking in right now. Big win for the Ravens last week, and I got you marked down for the 49ers, Todd.
Okay. Walter, are you going to pick that one or no?
49ers are getting paid, and Seahawks are getting loser.
No, there she goes. See, that's why I don't buy you any Seahawks gear. There she goes. See? I don't know about that. So... Let's move on to the next game. Let's get away from that crap game. This will be the first Sunday morning game. It'll be the Indianapolis Colts 4-8-1. They're 2-4-1 on the road. They travel to face your Minnesota Vikings 10-3, 6-1, dominating at home. The Vikings are a 4-point favorite. That's a little low to me. It's indoors, obviously. The Colts, though, are only averaging 16 points a game. They're allowing 22, while the Vikings are as even as possible, scoring 24.0 a game and allowing 24.1. Vikings need this win to keep pace and keep that second spot available. Who do you got and why in this one?
This is going to be the breaking point for Minnesota. Are we going to get the same old Vikings? Are we going to get the team that barely scrapes by? Or are we going to get a signature win? And at this point of the season, we need a blowout win. I think Minnesota got humiliated, even though the game was in the division and the Lions have been hot. That's still a humiliating loss with the way everything broke down. Terrible play calling by Kevin O'Connell. Now questions are starting to loom in the Vikings organization. The reason they did a few of the things, the reason they did a few, going for it on the 2-point conversion was because I personally feel, nobody's going to come out and say it, but I personally feel because Greg Joseph, the kicker, has been laying eggs on extra points. And then the defense can't be trustworthy. So hopefully this will be the game where they put it all together and they get ready for the playoff push, because if they can't get it together against a team like the Colts, bro, forget about it. Forget about it. I'm going with the Vikings.
Okay, and then by the way, 2 more tidbits on this before I give my take. Tickets are going as low as $32. This is a Saturday game, so my bad. The next 2 games are Saturday as well, so my bad on that.
$32?
$32, dude.
Oh my God, are you serious?
Yep.
And it's in Minnesota too? Oh my God, if I had money for a plane ticket, if I had money for a plane ticket, I would be there.
I'm telling you, check out Vivid Seats. Vivid Seats is giving me the update right here. Tickets as low as $32.
Oh my God, anybody out there with a free weekend? Hey, go ahead and hit it. I'm going to hit the Vikings and Colts games. You'll see. You might see Justin Jefferson break an all-time record.
I like the Vikings here to get to that pass rush, that offensive line, and look a lot better than they did against Detroit. I think Minnesota's offensive line should get some good running looks for Dalvin Cook, and the running game should get back on pace. And if Justin Jefferson was catching 211 yards worth of passes from Cousins with no running game, no play action, I think imagine what he could do against the Colts secondary, which is good. But I think, Jefferson obviously is a wild card. He's too good to be stopped. I've not seen a corner shut him down. So
other than Darius Slay and Trayvon Diggs, those are the only 2 bad games he's really honestly had.
Yeah, so this is – I think the Vikings should win by 10 or more in this game.
Let's hope, man. Hey, if they win by hey, put it this way, put it to you like this. If they win by a full 7 points, a full touchdown, that's a big win for the Vikings right there, because every game has been down to the wire. It's been like a 5 or less point win for almost every single game.
Yeah, and then they need like you said, they need a blowout win. They're only 4-point favorites, so I'd bet the over in this one big time. I'd go for the Vikings in a big time win.
Sonia, how you doing? I see Monk was here a little bit ago, but I don't got the viewer count, but I see that they both chimed in with comments. How you doing, Sonia?
Yeah, how you doing, Sonia, as well? That'll move us on to our next game, the Baltimore Ravens. They got to keep pace with them Cincinnati Bengals. This will be the second Saturday game. This will be 9-4 Ravens, 5-2 on the road. They'll go to Cleveland, 5-8, 3-3 on the at home. Cleveland Browns are 3-point favorites in this game. Lamar Jackson is not going to play. Huntley is a questionable too. So there's a chance that Huntley's not going in. I forget who the third string is for them. So look out for that.
If each monkey's still in the chat, he'll tell us he's a Ravens fan.
Okay, Morgan Moses, also an offensive tackle, and Kevin Zeller are also questionable. So that's going to prevent it's going to hamper their offensive line in this one. So, Cleveland is scoring 23, giving up 24. Ravens are scoring 23, giving up 19. It's going to be 36 degrees, cloudy with a chance of showers. What do you got in this game?
Not knowing the quarterback situation, not knowing how good Deshaun Watson's going to play. This is kind of a toss-up game.
That's a tough one, dude.
Yeah, because the Browns have a better offense, but the defenses are both equally balanced. But with the Browns having Watson, Watson, and then the run game as well. They got Nick Chubb, a little bit of Kareem Hunt, not as much as they used to use him. I'm going to go with the Browns in this one as well. I'm going to go with the Browns. I think you're going to go with the Browns with the way you broke the game down. I think I can sense it. You're going to go with the Browns.
Well, first, before I give you my pick, you want to know how much the lowest ticket here is from Vivid Seats?
With it being in Cleveland and it's going to be cold, I'll say maybe about like 15 to 20 bucks.
Lower, $9.
Hey, that's in Cleveland. So I might have to go out there, man. No, I won't go out there. Not for the Browns and the Ravens.
That would be, I mean, that's something that George, if he
You know,
wasn't
you know,
bandwagoning
you
teams,
know,
he'd go.
you know what? My nephew, he's a Ravens fan, so I might bring the idea up to him. He's working, so he might be down.
$9, sit upper deck, and I guarantee you by the third or fourth quarter, you can move down pretty good. So.
And that's in Cleveland, so I'll have to bring it up to him. I don't know, but that's like a 2 or 3 hour drive. We'll see. I have to miss out on the Vikings game.
Yeah, I don't know if you're willing to do that, but if you were, you never know. But there you go with that one. So I'm going to go with the Cleveland Browns. Huntley in there too. I still think the Browns will get it done. Watson's played 2 bad weeks in a row. He's got to break out at some point. The offensive line, it's not really the offensive line. He's holding the ball too much, and they haven't run the ball in 4 or 5 weeks. So I think Cleveland's going to still struggle running the ball, but I think Watson can open it up just enough to get the ball going. So I'm going to go with Cleveland Browns in this one for the very close, ugly game.
Sonya said she chimed in. She said Anthony Brown is the quarterback. I think it sounds like that sounds pretty accurate.
Who?
Anthony Brown, whoever that guy is, that's the quarterback for the Ravens.
Yikes! I don't know about that. Now the next game is going to be the Sunday night game or Saturday night game. Excuse me. It'll be 5:00 start with the Miami Dolphins, 8-5, 3-4 on the road. They've struggled a bit against the 10-3 Buffalo Bills. Juggernaut trying to hold on to that second spot. They are 5-1 at home. It's going to be 32 degrees, so right at freezing, and snow flurries. The Bills are 7-point favorites. And tickets are going as low as $123.
That's it. And old Buffalo, and what's their stadium called? Orchard Park?
Orchard Park, yep.
Or is it the new era? I don't know what they call it.
Oh, no, it's called Highmark Stadium now.
Yeah, they changed it. They used to be called Orchard Park.
Mm-hmm.
Man, this is a tough one right here because everybody's throwing shade at the Dolphins for playing like crap the last 2 games, and they're counting the Dolphins out. And the Buffalo Bills are 7-point favorite. I don't like that. I kind of want to go with Miami in this one because it's giving Miami motivation. It's giving them bulletin board material. Buffalo, jeez, man, this is a tough one. I'm gonna go with Miami.
You're going to go with Miami? Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Miami. I think because with it being a divisional game and it being Buffalo not having like their defense the way they normally do, Miami beat them last time. They beat them earlier this season. And Tua Tagovailoa he might have to come out and prove everybody wrong. I'm going to bank on the reason I'm going with Miami because Buffalo's doesn't have Von Miller, and the cornerbacks are kind of like hit or miss. They got a couple of backups at safety. Yeah, man, I think that Miami has a more talented roster at this moment right now because of the injuries to the Buffalo's defense. So I'm going to go with Miami. Bulletin board material. Give me the Dolphins.
All right, I'm going to go the opposite way. I'm going to go with the Buffalo Bills to continue to go. I think as the weather's getting cold, they're going to continue to shine and get a little bit better each and every week. So I'm going to go with Buffalo in this one to handle Miami. Miami like to use like what happened like earlier in the year with the the heaters and having them in their hot jerseys, and I think Buffalo wants that rematch really bad. So give me them to freeze them Dolphins right where they're at. I'll take the Buffalo Bills in a victory.
I got you marked down with Buffalo. Hey, look, we got James Gonzalez. He just chimed in. He said, "Here we go." And then Sonya said Browns, but it's by a coin flip game. The Browns, she's going with the Browns. And then she's going with the Bills. She said, "Hi, James." And then this one's going to get you right here, Todd. I'm going to let you read the last comment that she just dropped.
She says, the woke are giving away free tickets to try to get more woke fans than Giants fans. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. The woke really have a hard time filling their stadium with their own fans. I'll give them
And they're
that.
having a good year, man. They're right there. They're in the playoff, like, not in the hunt, but they're in the playoff standings.
Well, the whole name change, what's going on with the organization, Daniel Snyder, a lot of fans have been turned off by that organization in general. So, and plus the stadium's the worst in football. So I mean,
Thanks.
yeah, when you're in a stadium that's actually worse than Jacksonville, you got some problems. So
That's a huge stadium, though. Like, when I look at it, I'm like, man, that's a massive stadium.
yeah, it's really big. I think it holds like 77,000 or something like that. I don't
I
know.
don't understand why they don't just renovate it and make it look nice and pretty.
They should have. They should have, or just kept the old stadium. The old RFK was pretty cool, but didn't have not press box, luxury boxes.
The fans just do not. They don't want to give Dan Snyder money. Sonya says she's an insider she's our Washington Commanders insider, but
Mm-hmm.
she's saying that Snyder's got to go.
Everything East Coast, she's a really good insider for us, for sure. Even on the baseball channel, she's a Nats fan, so that's what she goes by.
Nats fan.
Yep. Philadelphia Eagles. We'll move on to another team that's in her division. The Eagles are 12-1, 6-0 on the road. It's still hard to believe they're freaking almost undefeated. They're playing the Chicago Bears, 3-10, 2-4 at home. Very disappointing of late. Justin Fields is questionable for this game, but I don't know. He's probably going to play. Everybody's favorite trade, Chase Claypool, is questionable. The Bears are 9-point underdogs at home. It's going to be 29 degrees and sunny, so that weather shouldn't play much factor. If you look at this right here, this stands out to me the most here. The Eagles are leading the league with almost 30 points scored per game and only allowing 19. They are all in for a Super Bowl run this year. Do the Bears get it done or not? Tickets going as low as $80.
Why 80? It's the Bears. Well, I guess you got some household names. You got Justin Fields and Chase Claypool, but good God, bro, they only got like 4 or 5 wins.
They got
I guess
3 wins.
The Eagles are the reason why the tickets are so much. That's my only guess. I'm gonna go with Philadelphia, man. Like, I can sit here and trap game this, trap game that. They're gonna overlook the Bears. I've said that like how many times this year, and the Eagles just keep smashing teams. I'm gonna go with the Eagles, bro. It's no point in picking against them anymore.
Yeah, I agree. Especially, I mean, look, even if Justin Fields is at his absolutely healthiest, he's rushed the ball for 905 yards. He's their leading running. Well, he's their quarterback and running back. He's only thrown the ball for 1,700 yards, 13 touchdowns, 10 picks. I'm pretty sure if the Bears were at full strength and they hadn't traded away some of their players, maybe they'd be able to stick with the Eagles. But until the right defense is called to stop Jalen Hurts, right now Jalen Hurts is having an MVP year. He's hard to stop on the ground, and he's even harder to stop through the air, which is, or vice versa. He's been probably one of the biggest surprises. So, yeah, give me the Eagles in a blowout, dude. I don't even think this one's close.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of those games where the only way anybody's gonna watch it is if you're a diehard Bears or Eagles fan. Outside of that, everybody's like, it's one of those type of games.
Yeah, if it's one of those games where maybe someone's having a career day, that's the only way you watch it, really.
Yeah.
Here's one right here with two teams. The Saints are still mathematically alive, but don't buy that. The Falcons are alive, so there's a chance to watch this one. 5-8, 1-5 on the road versus 4-9, 3-4 at home. Falcons are only a game back of second place Tampa Bay. They are 4-point underdogs in New Orleans. Go figure. Andy Dalton leads his team against Marcus Mariota. I still don't understand why they have not put in our boy.
Redder, the rookie quarterback, he's going to start. I think this is his first game he's going to start.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that's what his name is. I think I saw that somewhere in a pop-up. Somebody in the chat, let me know if that's accurate. You might be able to put it up on the internet that Mariota got benched to the rookie.
Well, I mean, to me, I would put Redder in there versus Crab Legs, and hopefully he can eat that W, but they're not giving him a chance for shit because I know, what's his name, the previous coach liked Crab Legs, but not this new guy.
Sean Payton.
Yeah, Sean Payton. Yeah.
Dennis Allen, that guy, no good either. I don't like that guy.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with Atlanta, bro. I don't like that dude, Dennis Allen. That dude, he just gives me bad vibes, bro. He looks like somebody that should go walk all over. Like the players run that team, not the coaches. So yeah, give me Atlanta.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Atlanta too. I hate Andy Dalton. I can't stand him. So I'm hoping that the Falcons do the same thing and get another W. That'd be hilarious if they knock out the Buccaneers. I'm gonna pick the Falcons just for that, so they can catch the Buccaneers.
You know what's gonna end up happening next year?
Hmm.
Well, not next year, but like March. I don't know the exact date when free agency starts. Andy Dalton's gonna be wearing a Seahawks jersey.
No, no, don't you say that. Don't you say that.
He's gonna be your starting
No,
quarterback.
no, we're not gonna throw no
Yeah,
money at him.
yeah. What's the name of the quarterback for for the Cowboys? The redhead Cooper Rush.
No, not him.
Yeah, the redheaded quarterbacks over there. Dude, I hope it happens, man. That's something that I love. I have that as my background. I have one standing next to the other just so you can stare at
Hell
it.
no, dude. I don't want to. What do you call it? A redheaded quarterback at all, dude. Hell
Who
no.
would you rather have, Andy Dalton, Cooper Rush, or Carson Wentz as the Seahawks quarterback?
Oh,
Seahawks are
Cooper Rush, but like all three are terrible. Hell no.
I just gave you the three redheaded quarterbacks.
I'd rather have our punter back there. But yeah, so there you go, right there. That's I'm gonna go with the Falcons. You're gonna go with the Falcons. I think what is it? She went with the Falcons too, along with Wentz. Todd getting them both. No, hell no. Oh, she going with the Saints.
Yeah, I hope Carson Wentz is the Seahawks. Oh, that would be beautiful. You got Carson.
No, that would not be. Hell no.
Sonia said the Saints are going to win. They seem to have better defense at home, and Saints fans hate the Falcons, so stadium's going to be loud. Yeah, I remember watching the video of who was it? One of the fan bases was trolling the other fan bases. I want to say the Saints were trolling the Falcons fans earlier this year. It was in New Orleans. I don't know. It was one or the other, but the fans really hate each other.
There
Yeah,
is,
that's a real rivalry.
and there. You know what's weird about that? On YouTube, if you look up Saints Falcons, there's a very good video and a timeline that these guys created that they break down each generation of the football since the Saints and Falcons came into the league, and they break down every series that they've had, and they do show the fans hating each other and the rivalries that they've had. And it's rare when they've been both good at the same time, but when they are, it's like something big time. So yeah, you're absolutely right. They do hate each other big time. So it's gonna be fun to watch there.
I was adding to what Sonia said, but yeah, she serves up a great point. Me and Todd both agree, Sonia.
So the next game is gonna be the Jets. They're 7-6, 3-3 at home versus the Detroit Lions, 6-7, 2-3 on the road. The Jets and the Lions have a line of even. It's a pick 'em. So it's our first pick 'em I've seen all year. This is gonna be a very good football game, I think. The Lions are playing their best football. They went in there and beat the Giants earlier this year. So it's back to the same stadium. 10 o'clock start. It's going to be sunny. 40 degrees. The New York Jets, Mike White's been passing the ball good, but can they score in the red zone? What do you think?
Yeah, I think the Jets get it done. I think that Detroit last week they had their way against Minnesota. The buck is out on Detroit, I think, because they played like it was a playoff game. Detroit did, and Minnesota played like they were just trying to get in and get out. They didn't take the Lions all that serious. Didn't make no sense to how Minnesota approached that game, but that was last week. And I think that New York's going to they're a much more aggressive, feistier defense. They're going to keep the Jets offense in this game. And if you get to Jared Goff, he's gonna throw a few interceptions. I think that the Jets defense is going to be able to do some. They know that Jameson Williams is out there. He's a speedster now. They displayed him on his first catch which was a touchdown against the Vikings. His first ever catch was a touchdown. So he caught us off guard. And I think that the Jets are going to be prepared for that high flying offense, and I think they're gonna blitz the crap out of Jared Goff. Robert Sala's going to get the job done. I'm going with the Jets.
All right. Dwayne Brown, George Fant, two former Seahawks on offensive line for the Jets are questionable, just like how they were every week, so it's not really a big thing. I just want to throw that out there. But Jared Goff's been playing excellent, and this game, look, if Detroit wins, this could propel them into like serious playoff contenders in that race. You know, they're right there. They won't put them in a spot, but it'll get them really in the hunt and make them contenders a bit. But if they lose this game, you could just about turn away any chance of them making the postseason. This is a huge game for them. The Jets also need this game very much. It won't push them out of the postseason, but it will push them a little bit further back than what they need to. They have far more teams ahead of them than the Lions do. So huge game for both these teams. It could be called a mini playoff, but I think I'm going to go with you. I think Mike White gets the job done. I think the Jets get enough running because Saleh will probably try to control the clock. Detroit's been playing a lot of up-tempo football, so the Jets will try to slow them down. They've done a good job against teams like Buffalo and Miami, slowing the tempo down.
Yeah.
So they should be able to do that against Detroit. They just can't turn the ball over. For some reason, we're used to the Lions turning the ball over, but now they're playing really safe with the football, and they're getting turnovers. So if the Jets can win the turnover battle, they should win this game. So give me the Jets.
Yeah, Jets, I think the front seven is going to take care of business.
Yeah, I agree. Sonia says the Lions. Is White playing? He had some rib issues. Yeah, he's still going to play this week. So
He's a tough guy. He's trying to prove himself. Because if White goes out, who knows when his next opportunity is going to be. And if he'll go out there, they'll stab him up with a couple injections and make him play some steroids or whatever they got to do. But he's not giving up that spot. I don't think.
I don't think so either. And $44 is the lowest ticket there in New York, so that's not bad.
That would be a game where you take the family if you're one of these fans in attendance. Like if you're going to be there, take your whole family, man. That's a $44 for two teams that are trying to make the playoffs. You're going to get a really good game.
Exactly. Now, will you get a really good game in this one? A battle of 2 5-8 teams. One is alive, one is not. Pittsburgh Steelers are 5-8, 3-4 on the road. They go to Carolina to play the Carolina Panthers, who are only again a game back of the Buccaneers at 5-8, 4-3 at home. The Panthers playing much better to come off a win off the Seahawks. The Steelers fall short just a week ago. Kenny Pickett is listed as questionable, so he may or may not start. And if you get Turbitsky, the Panthers are 3-point favorites with or without Turd at this point. It's going to be 45 degrees and cloudy with a chance of rain.
I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh.
You know, Pittsburgh, okay.
Yeah, I think that that's another quarterback that I think could end up in Seattle is a Sam Darnold. I think that.
Will you stop it, dude? We're not going to take a whole roster of redheads, dude. Stop it.
Dude, I hope. Dude. That would be a dream come true. Like, damn, son, all your quarterbacks are red. That'll be the definition of bad karma coming right back to you.
It almost would guarantee us a 15 record or 14.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh in this one. I think Carolina. It's easy to go with Carolina, but man, they've had a nice little streak going. They've been playing competitive football, but Pittsburgh has played competitive football too. And if there's one thing I know is that you trust Mike Tomlin in these situations. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Mike Tomlin only because it's Mike Tomlin. If there was any other quarterback, some Yahoo quarterback like Cliff Kingsbury or Josh McDaniels, I'd go with the Carolina Panthers. But give me Pittsburgh, Mike Tomlin.
If Carolina gets to 500 under this interim coach, or they finish 8-9, I think they're going to take the interim off of Wilkinson or whatever his name is, Wilkes. They just look freaking loose, and they're playing, pretty good football right now. Defense is not outstanding, but they're playing. They're not missing tackles, and then they're playing with confidence. The offense is playing with confidence. Tickets are going as low as 126 for this game, probably because of all the Pittsburgh fans.
Yeah, Pittsburgh, they got a diehard fan base.
Yeah, it'll be a home game for Pittsburgh right here, but but I like the Panthers in this one. I think the Panthers will get it done, pick it or no pick it in this game. They just seem to be playing with confidence, and they're going to try to stay in the playoff hunt. So give me the Panthers to win a tight game here.
Secretly ties wants Carolina to win, so that way Sam Darnold could have another win under his belt.
Here we go. Whatever, man. Whatever. Douchebag. Another morning game here, and you wouldn't expect this. Tickets going as low as $140.
Dallas.
Jaguars and Cowboys. Cowboys 10-3, 3-2 on the road. They are going into Jacksonville 5-8, 3-3 at home. Jacksonville is a 4-point underdog at home. Let's see. As far as big injuries, there's a chance Trevor Lawrence. He's a little questionable. He should play. Only 59 degrees there in Jacksonville. Should be a Cowboy home game. Who do you got and why in this one?
Give me Duval in this one, baby. Give me the Jaguars. I'm going with another upset in this one, dude. Screw the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys got away with one against the Houston Texans. They're pretenders. They're phony. Their little run of dominating defense and looking all great on paper and beating up on all these teams. That run is over. It's going to happen this Sunday. I'm gonna go with Jacksonville. Wait a minute. 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 Is Trevor Lawrence going to play?
He's questionable, but
I hate that, man, because if he was good to go, I would go with Jacksonville because I feel like a mobile quarterback could give Dallas fits. But yeah, man, and dang, bro, that's kind of like making me want to go with Dallas because if Trevor Lawrence isn't playing, then I'm going to go with Dallas. But if Lawrence is playing, I feel like he can do just enough and take down Dallas because Dallas has looked poor, bro. They look poor against the Texans.
mm-hmm.
But you know what? I'm gonna make the smart pick. Man, I really want to go with Jacksonville. I'm gonna go with Dallas, man. Only because Trevor Lawrence may not play, and I don't wanna go through that. So I'm going with Dallas.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Dallas as well. I think the whether Lawrence plays or not, I think it's gonna be an ugly game. Jacksonville plays a really good defense, but I think all in all, the two-headed beast by Dallas should get enough running yards to where they get the W in this one. So I'll go with them in the victory there in Jacksonville. Sonia checks in with Carolina to get the win for that one. She also went with Detroit. She said, "Side note: I went to high school with Mike Tomlin." And then she said Cowboys. So she's going for how about them boys?
That's pretty cool. She went to high school with Mike Tomlin. That's pretty damn good. That's pretty damn cool.
Well, question I have for her is, has he always had that serious look on his face?
Boy, that big old cool looking beard.
Yeah, he was born with that beard. Um, so the next game is going to be indoors, and tickets are going as low as $70 in this one. The
Yeah.
Kansas City Chiefs 10-3, 5-2 on the road, going up against Houston 1-11-1, 0-5-1 at home. The the Texans are 14-point underdogs.
Dude, imagine waking up every day and you just realize that you're like double digit underdogs. Even though they just had that great game against the Cowboys, which they should have won, they're still 14-point underdogs. Like that's gotta hurt the Texans' pride right there. But hey, man, they only got one win. Season's almost over. Kansas City, I'm gonna go with them. I'm gonna go with Kansas City to get the job done, and they're not gonna let off. And I don't think they're in the mood for an upset. I think that they've come up those three interceptions by Patrick Mahomes. He's holding himself up to higher standards, with the type of quarterback that he is. So yeah, I think that Kansas City blows out the Houston Texans.
Yeah, I think this is a get right game. I think they're gonna blow out the Houston Texans, but the Texans have been playing a close football all year, so it wouldn't surprise me if they keep it close for some of the game. I just don't think they can keep it going for 4 quarters. So yeah, give me the Chiefs.
The only way Houston wins this game, and I don't mean no harm or nothing against anybody, but Patrick Mahomes goes out for with the injury.
Yep.
That's the only way that Houston wins this game is if Mahomes. That's so really realistically the only way Houston's going to win any game is if the starting quarterback of the opposing team goes out with an injury.
Mm. Now here's a game right here where it's tied. We actually have who gives a fuck game of the week, and this is number one, and this is the.
Dave,
Oh, go
hold
ahead.
on, I gotta give. I just seen that he just dropped a comment. This dude David, he's one of the guys that just started. So he was a subscriber to my personal channel, and he just came over and subscribed to our channel. The guy's really cool. David, he's in Canada. He's a Patriots fan, and he says that he loves watching podcast shows. So hopefully, David, you come around a little bit more often Tuesday and Wednesdays. David, is when we do our shows.
There you go. Appreciate it, David. Uh, Sonia says she's going with the Kansas City Chiefs, obviously, and then she said hell yes on the serious face. So he's always had that that serious face.
Poker face.
Yeah. So like I said, the two out of the last games right here are gonna be who gives a fuck games of the week. The Arizona Cardinals are 4-9, 3-2 on the road. They go to Broncos country. Let's ride. 3-10, 2-4 on the road or at home. I'm really hoping for the Broncos to lose. Obviously, it helps my team with their draft picks. But Kyler Murray done for the year. Colt McCoy may not play. So you're looking at a
What?
third string quarterback. And despite that third string quarterback and Russell Wilson starting off the concussion, the Broncos are only a 3-point favorite.
Good God, bro. Good God. Yeah, this is definitely a toss up right here. I can't even go based off the coaching. I can't even make my decision. I'm gonna go with home field advantage. I'm gonna go with Denver just strictly only because they're at home. That's it. That's the only reason I'm picking them because I don't trust neither coaches and I don't trust neither offenses. Yeah, give me Denver, man. I think Cliff Kingsbury is gonna air raid his way out of this game, and he's gonna force whatever quarterback back there for Arizona is gonna throw a few interceptions. Denver's gonna capitalize. So yeah, Denver.
This will be an ugly game. I think it's gonna be like 13-6, Denver. So I'll take Denver in this one. I think Russell Wilson. They don't get a throwing touchdown, so he'll still have way more bathrooms than he will touchdowns. So
Jeez,
give me the.
David. What'd you say? What'd you say, Tom?
No, go ahead.
Oh, David said, "Oh man, you're too nice, man." And then he says he just finished his final exam, so he's feeling great, guys. That's what he said. And he wants to know is Kyler Murray officially out? Yeah, he's officially out. And then you just said that Colt McCoy isn't going to be playing either. So they're down to their third quarterback, third string quarterback. David, the Cardinals are.
Well, Colt McCoy is questionable, so he may or may not start.
Yeah, I'm still going with Denver, bro. I think that Colt McCoy, that team is pretty talented, man. Watching them on Monday Night Football, they got what it takes to win. It's just the brains of the operation and just not there. And I'm talking about Cliff Kingsbury,
Yeah, the both coaches are idiots, but
big time.
but yeah, I mean, tickets despite that are going for $42, so it's
I
still
I
not
would
bad.
not go. I'd rather buy some nice little steaks and some nice little burgers and have a nice little cookout and watch my teams play
I think
instead of going to that.
I think Carlos rather watch paint dry. Um,
Definitely. I'd rather watch my grass try and grow in the middle of winter with snow on top of it than that. That's damn near impossible. The grass dies in the middle.
exactly.
Woo.
The next game it will we haven't had a even line all year. We had one earlier on the show as far as a pick 'em between the Lions
Ooh.
and Jets. We have a second one for this week, and it's basically the New England Patriots who have to keep pace. They are 7-6, cannot afford to lose this game. It's teacher versus student. Josh McDaniels, 5-8 with the Raiders at home, or on overall 3-2 at home. The Raiders are it's a pick'em game. Tickets going as low as $171. So this is a hot ticket right here. Raiders and Patriots go head to head. Teacher versus student. Who do you got?
I'm going Belichick. I'm going Belichick. The guy McDaniels doesn't know what he's doing. But I can't like fully just go based off of that opinion though. Honestly, I gotta be better than that because if you look at the roster that Oakland that Las Vegas has, they got Josh Jacobs, they got Devontae Adams, they got Captain Eyeliner, like you like to call him. I like Carr, man. I don't know. I think that people overlook him. He's just in a bad situation over there in Vegas. If he came to Minnesota, I think he fit right in. We're dealing with Kirk Cousins, and Kirk Cousins and Carr are similar, and I like those type of quarterbacks. But yeah, nonetheless, I think Belichick shows why he's a teacher, and McDaniel shows why he's still a student. So give me New England.
I think so too. I think New England needs this win a lot more than the Raiders do, and the Raiders, along with Captain Eyeliner, they just been tripping over themselves all year. Had they cleaned up some mistakes, whether it's penalties and turnovers at bad times or defenses like not following the playbooks or whatever like that, I think they'd be 8-5 right now. But they've just been in their way all year. So, yeah, I'm going to go again with the Patriots. So give me the Patriots in that game. But it won't be won't be a blowout. The next game, the Tennessee Titans. This is a playoff game. Let's just put it to you that way. Both, well, not necessarily. For the Titans, they should win that division, whether they lose this game or not. It's a playoff game for the Chargers. Both teams are 7-6, 4-3 on the road are the Titans, 3-3 at home are the Chargers. But they need this game more than the Titans. But the Titans need this game for positioning, or at least for respectability. They got to get back on track. The Titans are 3-point underdogs in this game. They're missing Robert Woods for this game. Also, Ryan Tannehill's a little banged up, but he should play. Let's see. For the Chargers, it looks like all their receiving core is pretty much healthy. Their defense missing Bryce Callahan, and Darwin James is questionable. But overall, tickets going for only $25. So you could park for $100. You could park for $180, but pay $25 to get in.
That's it?
$25, yeah.
In Los Angeles?
In Los Angeles.
Oh, what time do the Seahawks play? Where do they play?
They play tomorrow.
Oh man, you might want to go to that, dude. Watching Derrick Henry in person, and then you get to see the Chargers. You get to see Herbert. I would go to that if I was you. $25, dude. Man, that's a deal right there.
And there's really not a bad seat in that place, to be honest with you. There really isn't. You could sit.
Do you think you're gonna go to that?
I might if I got nothing going on Sunday night or Sunday afternoon. It's not and you could actually take the trolley, and I didn't even know about this till we went the other week when Seattle played there. You could take the trolley to the street exit right there, and they have a Chargers or Rams bus that'll take you to the stadium and back. So,
man, you're so lucky. $25, dude. I'm only saying you're lucky because Derrick Henry. Like, I'd love to watch him in person, and you're gonna be biased too. So you're gonna be watching both teams go after each other. Like, man, yeah, I would go to it because it doesn't look like there's many other. They're like at that 4 o'clock slot. Dude, check this out. You got the Cardinals versus the Broncos, and you got Patriots versus the Raiders, and you got that game in LA. Then you got the Bengals who are going to blow out the Buccaneers, and then you got the Giants in Washington. That's the only other, and that's Sunday night.
Yep.
So I mean, really, like I honestly would go to that. I 100% would go to that game because Derrick Henry, bro, $25 to see that beast running all over that Chargers defense.
I'll let you know, man. Maybe I'll take a shot at that.
Definitely, man. You know what I would do if I was in that? I'd be like, let's go.
Yeah.
But as far as picking this game, I would go to that game to watch Derrick Henry, but I'm gonna pick the Chargers to win this game because I feel like that Tennessee passing game is just not that good. They're on a 3-game losing streak. They shouldn't be on a 3-game losing streak if they want to make the playoffs. And if they've been on a 3-game losing streak, what's stopping them from going on a 4-game losing streak? So yeah, I'm gonna go with the Chargers, a team that's more potent right now. Even though I don't trust Brandon Staley, the head coach of the Chargers, I'm gonna go with the Chargers.
I will too. I'll follow the points. I'll go with the Chargers. Right now Justin Herbert's playing a little bit better. It seems like he's healthier. The run game still concerns me, but having the receivers healthy, Palmer and also Williams, and I'm forgetting the other guy.
Palmer, Williams, and Allen.
Yeah, Allen. Yeah, that's probably one of the best receiving cores in at least the AFC.
Gerald Everett is pretty good too, the tight end.
Oh yeah.
Then you got Austin Eckler. Look at that, bro! Like you get all of that, plus you get Derrick Henry on the other side. That's $25.
Yeah,
that's basically like 2 days worth of lunch nowadays with price inflation and all that.
Yeah. So I mean, that's definitely a good game, but I think the Chargers win something like 20-17. I think the only way that they lose is if Tannehill gets the lead. If the Chargers have the lead at any point in this game, 7 points or more, forget it. Tannehill is not. I'll say it till the day I die. He's not a quarterback to freaking come back at all, dude.
Yeah.
Once he
never seen it done, and he's been in the league for like 10 years, I want to say, if not longer.
Yep. He's only good at maintaining a lead or getting the lead if his game is tied. That's it.
So basically, Ryan Tannehill is the definition of a game managing quarterback.
Pretty much, just an overpriced one. So that'll move us to a game that both these teams really, really need. And this will be the last game on Sunday before the Sunday night game. It's the Cincinnati Bengals, 9-4, 4-3 on the road. They will go into Tampa Bay to play the Bucs, who are 4-3 at home. The last win they had right there was last second against the Saints. They are 6-7. So if they lose this game and the Falcons win, and maybe if also if what do you call it, the Panthers win, that division can get very interesting. But the Bengals will try to keep pace with the Ravens, who play earlier that on Saturday, or maybe take the lead in the division for the first time. But either way, they are 3.5-point favorites in this game on the road. Tickets are going as low as 150 in this game. No major injuries, really. A lot of just questionable guys. T. Higgins is questionable. Tyler Boyd is as well. So that's not a good sign for the Bengals. But the veteran Buccaneers, do they come through against the young Bengals, or is it the other way around?
Before I make the pick, David wants to know if we can drop the link to the other guy's YouTube channel. I'm assuming he's talking about Utah. If you got your other YouTube channel, you want to drop the link?
Oh yeah, I'll just put it right there. You just type this in because
he's gonna put the link if you just heard him right now, David. So you can go subscribe to him. That's the one right there. If you want to tell him what it's about, Todd.
oh, this is basically a crime podcast and everything else like that. So we do stories on their videos, but if you want to listen to the podcast, we have way more episodes on our podcast form.
There you go. If you're into like crime podcasts, they cover a lot of crime, like it's called crime podcast, but guys that you wouldn't expect, that you've never heard of, they'll bring light to everybody.
Yep. Thank you, sir.
Yep, no problem. But as far as the Bengals versus the Buccaneers, I'm gonna go with the dang, I can't get their name right. The
The
Bengals
Bengals.
to win this one. I'm gonna go with the Bengals to win this one. Tampa Bay, bro. You can't trust Tampa Bay. I trust Cincinnati a lot more than I do Tampa Bay. So yeah, I'm going with Cincinnati.
All right. So since we both go with the Bengals right there on the road, that should be good right there. That'll move us to the next game, which is a Sunday night game, and it's going to be a rematch of the tie that just happened 2 weeks ago. It's the New York Giants 7-5-1, 3-2 on the road. I think this game favors the woke 7-5-1, 3-3 at home because they had a bye week. So all they've been able to chew on is the Giants for 3 weeks, like talking about them, prepping for that first game. They had the bye week last week to talk about them, now this week to talk about them. So 3 weeks to prepare for the Giants, in essence. And they are 4.5-point home favorites in this one. Tickets going as low as $62. No major people except Xavier McKinney, their safety. The Giants is out for this game. Everyone else is questionable. And the weather should be 37 degrees at nighttime, clear skies.
That's gonna be a cold game right there. That's gonna be free. That's gonna be cold, bro. Like you gotta be serious about that game.
This is a huge game for playoff implications.
And last time New York was up 10-0, and then they ended up what was it, like 20-20 or 21-21? I want to say it was 2020. That's how the game ended. I'm going with Washington, same as I did last time, bro. I think that Ron Rivera's been around too long, and they came back on the Giants. Giants couldn't close them out, and I think the trend's going to continue. I think that Washington's going to be able to, there's Chase Young going to play in this game. Who knows if he does? Then look out for that front seven. It's going to get even nastier. But yeah, give me the Washington Commanders.
Yeah, I mean, right now Sonia's saying the same thing. She's going woke right there. She says the tickets are free if you're a woke fan. So, also David says, dude, I love that crime stuff. Thank you, man. There's a lot of good cases we've done on there, so please check that out. That'd be great.
Drop a couple of names that you guys have covered.
Well, we did a big series versus with Golden State Killer. We did the what is it, Night Stalker. We've done cases from all over the world, so you'll see on there that there's a little bit of everything. Some cases are really, really descriptive and very.
Ted Bundy too. I remember listening to Ted Bundy. I know this is on the football podcasting channel, but David, look up the Golden State Killer. I never heard of him until I came across the episodes. It's a really good series that they broke down. It's really, really good. Like Todd, the reason he got into crime was because of that guy. So make sure that that's the first one you go to. I strongly recommend that one. That was really, really good. This was before technology was around, so you're in for a nice podcast.
Yeah, and then on that one too, we just did the first video for it. I'm gonna pop up the second video for it. So it's a podcast, but with visual aids on it, like pictures and videos. So like the first one for the Golden State Killer barely went up the last week. We're gonna put the second one up, I think tomorrow. So be on the lookout.
Definitely check it out, though, David. If you really like that crime stuff, definitely check that channel out.
Thank you, sir. So let's get back to the woke here. Who you got, woke or Giants? I missed that one.
Oh, I went with Washington.
Okay, I'm gonna go with the woke as well. I think the Giants have had a nice season, but I think it's one of those where they just ran out of gas. They're gonna need to fill the holes next year to make that next playoff push. I think the woke actually make the postseason this year. So, give me them in a win at home. What would be funny is if they tied again, but I don't see.
Oh my god!
I don't think it's gonna happen.
No, I can't see that happening.
Yeah, as long as Carson Wentz doesn't touch a football, I think the woke should win this game. And with that said, let's get to our final game of the week. This is the Monday Night Football. Remember when Monday Night Football used to be cool? Remember when Monday Night Football meant you're the best of the best playing on the NFL stage? Remember when you used to get pumped because it was Monday Night Football? Yeah, not anymore. It's not on Channel 7 anymore or your local ABC affiliate. It's on ESPN where no one gives a funk anymore. And they don't ever put any good games. The announcers, well, they suck. Everyone hates Buck and Aikman. And the Rams are on the biggest Super Bowl hangover I've ever seen for a winning Super Bowl team. I've never seen a team win a Super Bowl and fall flat on their face in every category, whether it's injuries, play, everything. And then the Green Bay Packers, holding on to Rodgers one too many years in some people's opinion. Should they play Jordan Love? I think they should. The season's lost, but they're 5-8, 3-3 at home. Rams are 4-9, 1-4 on the road. Despite that, the Rams are a 7-point underdog. It's going to be 24 freaking blistering degrees. Tickets going as low as $30
in Green Bay.
In Green Bay, which is shocking.
Oh man, 7 points. The Packers are really a 7-point favorite. Like how? But man, I'm gonna go with roster wise. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Green Bay in this one because roster wise, they got cornerbacks, Jair Alexander. Then they got a few good defensive players on that front seven. Then the Rams, I don't know if Aaron Donald's even going to be playing. They got injury galore. They're just a huge mess. The Packers are a mess this year, but the Rams are even worse. So, yeah, give me Green Bay in this one.
Yeah, I'm going to go the same way. I mean, if Jordan Love played, I'd say maybe the Rams have a chance with Baker Mayfield out there. But I'd have to say right now, Aaron Rodgers should play. The Rams' defense is just a shell of itself. All of a sudden, you go from a team that was getting all the sacks last year, they're not getting any pass rush at all, and then you don't have any good receivers out there. You can't run the football. I think they got lucky against the Raiders at home, but yeah, give me the Pack, dude. I think the Pack win this game pretty convincingly.
Yeah, there's no shocker there. If Aaron Donald was playing, or if Cooper Kupp and Aaron Donald were playing, I'd go with the Rams, but they got injury galore over there in LA. And if Green Bay loses this game, dude, they don't. Why would they even try? They just need to bench Rodgers. Rodgers needs to bench himself if they lose to this Rams team.
They do. So the winner for cheapest tickets this week was the Chargers at $25. Although the Packers came pretty damn close.
You and James should go to that one. You guys should go to that game, bro. Like you, James, and Tony, you guys should all go. As long as your guys' teams aren't playing, I don't see why you guys wouldn't go. I mean, look at the other 4 o'clock games or whatever time slot it is over there in LA. 1 o'clock games. Like I said before, bro, it starts with the Broncos and the Cardinals. Nobody wants to watch that. The Patriots and the Raiders, that one's got a little bit of interest. Then you got the Bengals and the Bucks. Yeah, you can go figure that one, and then you got the Giants, and that's it. That's it for that late slate game. I think that you guys should all go to that game, man.
Well, I mean, I'll check, but I know James is probably going to want to watch his Raiders take on the Patriots. He hates the Patriots, so
that's true.
Yeah,
I mean, but hey, James, if you do consider going, bro, think about that. It's the Chargers too, so he's probably like, man, I don't want to go see the Chargers. So never mind. He's probably not going to want to go to that, but. From an outsider, from a from a non-biased fan, think about it like this: that potent offense that the Chargers have versus Derrick Henry, and you only have to pay $25, bro. Think about that, $25, and you get to see a guy that back-to-back rushing champion, Derrick Henry. You might even see a big 80-yard crushing run by Derrick Henry. Think about that one right there. And then there's no guarantee that the Raiders are going to beat the Patriots, bro. Like, yeah, think about that one. I would recommend going to that game because it's $25. I can't believe it, man. I can't believe it.
Yeah, I mean, again, that's a nice stadium too. So you'll get your money's worth either way. And surprisingly too, at that stadium, the food is not that expensive. Like when we went to the Rams game, it wasn't that bad. Like I got like this meal for like I think it was 25 bucks or $26. It was a big drink. These tater tots, sriracha tater tots, and a hot dog. So I was like,
Oh
that's not
man,
bad,
so
dude.
good. Hey, the when during the halftime show at the Lions game, you know how fast that half times fly by when you're there in person. You don't get the commercial breaks. You don't get the guys talking in during like the halftime. You actually get a chance to go out and do what you got to do. You could even go to the store and come right back. But like when you're there in person, with me and my nephews, we went to the concession, brother. That line was ridiculously long. You had to go through traffic. It was like literally an endless line of people from one way to another, left to right. I was sitting there just standing there. I was like, man, the games they just started, and we just walked like literally like we just got out of our seats as soon as the halftime started. We went to the bathroom, and as soon as we got done with the bathroom, the third quarter was already starting. I was like, holy crap! And then my nephews ended up going to the hot dogs because I was like, where there wasn't that many people. I was like,
Hmm.
that's where you guys probably wanted to go. But anyways, I went back to my seat and I told them how to get to the seats because I don't want to miss any of the game. My nephew brought me back two hot dogs. Right? He said that those hot dogs a piece with no condiments, nothing on there, was like $8
eight
a piece.
dollars.
$8 a piece.
Yeah, I mean that's too much. They get you there, and then also if for some reason if you don't pregame, I mean, look, it's nice to have one beer at the game. I'm not one of these guys that because we were sitting next to these one people. There's two people there, and they got six beers a pop, right, or six beers, three for each of them, and
Yeah,
they're $17 a pop. Do the math on that. 17 times
basically
six.
like $20. Basically, you could just say it's a twenty
Yeah,
dollars. So
yeah, and
20,
then
40, $60, $120 on six drinks.
yeah, and then plus the a-hole guy that gives you the beer, he's like, "You want to leave a tip?" It's like, Dick, I just gave you $17 per can, dude. Where I can go to the liquor store and get that same can for like $2.50, $3. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, come
yeah,
on.
yeah, yeah.
But
Yeah, they get you clean right there at the games.
oh, they sure do. But yeah,
Look, James just said, "Well, I knew it. I knew it." He said, "What would I look like going to a Chargers game?" Hey, but think about it. You can watch the Chargers lose to Derrick Henry, though. Just think about that one.
that's true. That's true. And thank you, Sonia, for getting them to give a like to us too. She's been very supportive. So shout out to Sonia.
Sonia's definitely one of a kind.
Yeah, she
Thank
is.
you, James, David, Sonia. Thank you, everybody. Even Monk when he shows up.
Yeah, you guys are all awesome for sure. You want to do a quick recap on everything?
Yeah, yeah. Let's see if I don't mess this one up. The Thursday night game, San Francisco at Seattle. I went Seattle, you went San Francisco. Saturday, there's going to be three games on. The Colts going into Minnesota. Me and Todd both went Minnesota's way. Then the second game on Saturday, Baltimore at Cleveland. We both went with Cleveland. Then the third and final game, Miami at Buffalo. I went Miami. Todd went Buffalo. Sunday slate of games starts with Philadelphia at Chicago. Shocker, we both went with Philadelphia. And then it's Atlanta at New Orleans. We both went Atlanta's way. Detroit and New York Jets. We both went with the Jets. Carolina hosts the Pittsburgh Steelers. I went with the Steelers. Todd went Carolina. Dallas at Jacksonville, we both went Dallas. Kansas City at Houston, we both went Kansas City. Arizona at Denver, we both went Denver. Patriots at Raiders, we both went Patriots. Tennessee at Chargers, which I'm strongly. If I was in LA, I would go to that game. I can't say it enough. But yeah, we both went with the Chargers over the Titans in that game. Then the next game, the last Sunday game before Sunday Night Football, Cincinnati at Tampa Bay. We both went Cincinnati. And then the Sunday night game, the Giants at Washington. We both went Washington. And then Monday night, we agreed. We both went with Green Bay over the Rams.
There you go. So we'll see who gets the upper hand on this week's picks moving forward, and we'll see how everything plays out because we're getting into some serious playoff action here as the standings start to get a little bit more clear. And I'll just go over real quick, playoff rundown real quick. Buffalo's 10-3, tied with Kansas City, but they hold the tiebreaker at 10-3. Baltimore is a game back, along with the Cincinnati Bengals. Miami is in the hunt along. Tennessee is also sitting in first place. Miami's at the 6th spot. New England's in the 7th spot, but the Chargers and Jets are right there with them. And then in the NFC, it's 12-1 Philly, 10-3 Vikings, 9-4 Niners, 6-7 Bucks, but that could change. Cowboys 10-3. The Commanders, Giants are half game up on the Seahawks and a game and a half up on the Lions. So there you go for the playoff update till we play tomorrow, because tomorrow's game is huge. My Hawks hosting the Niners. That could either knock us out pretty much or freaking give us a boost moving forward to that Kansas City game. So any final thoughts on this week?
Niners get paid.
There he is.
There she goes.
On the ones and twos. He finally makes him.
I'm sorry that it took so long to come back, but
No. It's I'm pretty sure Toddy's okay with it, right, Todd?
Yeah, I'm fine with it. He had his headphones on. He was thinking about Mario Kart right now. So.
Hey.
that was
Final words. I just it's fun doing this podcast with you, Todd. But more importantly, I think it's even better when the chat gets involved and we can go back and forth with them and build our small little community and hopefully you guys can share the word and let everybody know that we're gonna be doing we're gonna be keeping everybody's records in the playoffs. The people that are really consistently showing up, I'll keep track of everybody's records for the playoff games. So we'll see who has a better win percentage in the playoffs, and then we'll see what we do from there. We'll see if we can hand it on any cash apps or anything like that.
Yeah, guys, I think next year, once I'm going to promote it at the end of the year for baseball. Try to get a lot of those ones that are into baseball jumping into football for next year. So hopefully we'll get more viewers for next year. We'll have it more set up because this one was just like on the fly to test it out. We should have all our social medias going by next year. So we'll be, it's a good start.
Definitely. But yeah, man, to close the show off from my part, just want to thank you guys all for, again, showing up and giving us another reason to keep this thing going. Definitely appreciate you guys.
Thank you so much. Have a good evening, everybody.
Yeah. So I'm going live after the post-game show ends.
Yeah, what she said.
I'm a he.
Don't make me assume your gender. Just kidding.
I'm a he.
Whatever.
You idiot.
Later.